What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for popping in to my review for the highly anticipated film from Ryan Coogler, Sinners, starring Michael B. Jordan as Smoke and Stack, two brothers who have gotten very wealthy. And why are they wealthy? Well, you're going to have to watch the film to find out. But they want to open up a club of sorts. They want to open up this big place that sort of looks like a barn on the inside, and it is a place that they want to fill with joy, with music, with party, with just all that sort of thing. So they want to have a place where someone can come and cut loose. So once they kind of put their plan together, get the pieces together, who's going to come in on opening night and help perform, the vampires are on the way. This is a vampire movie. I had no idea this was a vampire movie until the second trailer of the movie. The first trailer was like, kind of didn't know what was going on. The second trailer was like, okay, it's a vampire movie. So I didn't know what to expect going into this because I just thought it was strange just to have a random vampire movie coming out in the middle of April. Why not, I guess? Then you have to take into account that it's done by Ryan Coogler, the director of Creed and the director of Black Panther. I don't really care as much for Black Panther 2. I don't dislike it, but it's definitely not a film that I see as a Ryan Coogler, more of a MCU film. This film is probably his best movie. It's the best film I've ever seen from him. This is also the best film of the year. Sinners, I will tell you now, will probably be snubbed for a lot of Oscars once that whole season comes back around, and nominations for makeup or costume or production design or cinematography. What I'm trying to say is this film is so well made and it is so well crafted. It's the best made film of the year. This is almost like Coogler came in and gave us like a Christopher Nolan type of movie, meaning you have that kind of master director coming behind the camera. That's what Coogler is becoming for me. Because what he's able to do with the story to this film, which is very much a family drama based around a vampire storyline, there's a lot more going on other than just those two things. There's so many underlying themes throughout the film that work really well. There's a lot of things that happen in the movie, even by the time it ends, thought-provoking in the sense of the story, characters, things that you've seen, but also the themes and messages of the film, and just what it was. This movie just sort of feels like it's so many things, because the action in this, and like the shootouts and the gun violence, is so well filmed. I mean, it's just really well done. Miles Catton as Sammy Boy, Preacher Boy, is probably the standout of this movie. He's fantastic in what he has to do. The role, just the whole dynamic of his character with Michael B. Jordan's two characters, it just worked really well, and I appreciated the way that it all sort of wrapped up in the end of it. Briefly, if we are talking about the end of it, no spoilers, but don't leave when the credits start. Because after the first set of credits are over, you'll be sitting there for about three or 4 minutes, there is another scene that fully plays out. It's about, it may be a 5-minute scene that plays out, and it is sort of the 19 years later sequence at the end of Harry Potter. Imagine that they played the end of the film with Harry Potter, of the last one, and then it ended right before 19 years later. And then you have the first bit of credits, and then all of a sudden 19 years later happens in the middle of the credits. It just feels really strange that the end of the movie was separated from the actual end of the movie. So, I don't know. It's a little weird, strange choice. But in the end of the day, Sinners is a phenomenal film with characters that are really put through the ringer. And everybody has almost a moment to shine. Delroy Lindo is terrific in this movie. Everybody's really terrific. You got the main vampire guy. I mean, he's extremely charismatic. Brian Coogler did a great job directing this. I cannot wait to see his next film. But just the way his films are made, I mean, they're all so well made, and he's such a great filmmaker, what he's able to accomplish. So all the stuff in this, the cinematography, the score by Ludwig Göransson, Oscar-winning composer for Oppenheimer and Black Panther, directed by Ryan Coogler. I mean, just so many incredible elements that go into this movie, even though it does feel a little long and the pace of it may not be great, because the first half of it does have to set up the characters to when they're finally put in this environment. It almost reminded me of the movie The Thing. But instead of you don't know who the monster is, you don't know who the zombie is, in a sense. It was really great. The references here to just callbacks to other films. It feels like you could have popped this movie in the late 80s on VHS or the early 90s and just had a VHS tape. This movie feels timeless in a sense. This is a really special film that I think is going to stand the test of time. I hope it stands the test of time. And just because of its runtime being a little slow in the beginning, I can't say that it was this perfectly paced film. I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I loved Sinners, and I do definitely think this is the best film of the year. You guys, comment down below. Do you plan on seeing Sinners? What's your favorite film by Ryan Coogler? Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for a bunch of reviews coming in the future, including The Accountant 2, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith for its 20th anniversary, and a bunch of other things along the way. Guys, you follow me on Twitter and or X at Ranking72 and Instagram and TikTok at KingOfRises131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for Sinners. And until next time, over and out.